Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't been able to tell yet, this is the Perfect Pursuer store. You get a fancy little token here, Voyager 30th, when you do a whole bunch of events. Let's go to Year of Hell bucket. This is the SMS right here, Perfect Pursuer. You only need 1,500 points. There are 10 of these different challenges, 100 points per. The What If, each part of the What If gave you 100 points. Your Logical Conclusion or Punishment Protocol can get you 500 points. The Recruit 7 or Specialist 7. Milestone 2 could get you another 100 points. This Tempor Eradicator, another 100 points. These leaderboards here, getting in the top 10, could get you another 50. Goal here is to get to 1,500 points. You don't need to do all of those, but as you can tell, I already did mine. And yeah, see, Punishment Protocol, Logical Conclusion not ended yet. So there's still time. And you get 1,000 of these Voyager 30th token ticket things, whatever they are. And this Fallen Commander hailing frequency, which again it seems more audio than visual, but it's fine. Then you take that ticket, you come to the store I was in before. You have a few options on your trade-in. A few officers here, mostly Voyager officers. There is a Syndicate XP claim. Come over here, oh look, some Soren, and some Starfleet Q. Now, what you will not see in my store, that you probably see in your store, is a Premium Mirror Dust claim. Spoiler alert, that's what I thought personally had more value. Some of these officers are really good. B'Elanna Torres, but you can see I have her max, so I wasn't going to trade this in for transporter patterns, right? Duh. You can put Hull Breach on hostiles and get a butt ton of more damage. Very nice. 100% guaranteed. Works on armadas, works on hostiles, works on evading entities. There's some dumb forbidden tech out there that's like, oh, you get an 85% chance to put on Hull Breach. Why would I want that? I don't want that. I got Torres. I don't care about that dumb thing. And it's only 85%. It's stupid. Stupid. Another rare officer that would be nice would be Neelix. Does the same thing Torres does, but for burning. So all the benefit you can have from burning. Some ships you can get extra shots, like say a Deredex or a Tribune. Some ships it can activate the heal ability as well. Actually, no, for all ships. Yeah, because it's just burning. Well, you know what? I don't know what the favor is. I gotta go. Let's go look at those favors. They are in the... Sure. I have no idea where they're at. Over here. Where the hell are they? Not PvP. Here. Emergency protocol. At the beginning of each round of combat, explorers with morale repair percentage of hull damage taken from hostiles. Battleship one. At the beginning of... Oh, it does say battleships. Okay, so there you go. You have to be on a battleship to get the healing effect from burn. But there you go. But if you use battleships, that's wonderful for you. So definitely some value here. Neelix. There is some value here with Kim. Yeah, I kind of thought about doing this trade-in for Kim. Because let's say you're NX-01, you put them on the NX-01, you got the morale, that's 20% healed there. Maybe with that Premium Mirror Dust research, you could have another 20% there if you got new hue. There's another X amount of percent there. You got that NXL1 favor. That's another X amount of percent healing there. So you could potentially be healing yourself a lot. But the next round, disappointing. It's like if you go round 1 and 2 and then you kill, well, you heal the damage from round 1, but you got nothing for round 2. So there's that. But I was real close on Kim, or somewhat close. So 25 shards is like, meh, I'll get him eventually. I don't really use explorers that much. And honestly, only 25 shards I think is very low. Though, again, these rares can be very useful. 25 isn't even the unlock. So I think that's real shitty. It should be an unlock. It should be at least 35. The epics, only 15 shards. I mean, again, this is why I went for the premium mirror dust. It's just, what does 15 shard do for some of these epics? Well, it does depend on where your progression is with the epics. As you can see, I'm 350 of 880 for a max Chakotay. Getting another 15 doesn't do a whole lot for me. I would still need more than 500. 15 doesn't do shit for me. So it's like, what? I don't care. Tuvok. I mean, if you're not fighting a formation armada, Tuvok's practically useless. Sure, the Doctor's nice. Everybody likes his loot ability. But it's kind of low in my opinion. Even at tier 4 here, it's only 35%. That's not that much. There are plenty of other ways for me to get 100%. What's another 35? I'd rather have the 100%. Tom Paris is nice. For a lot of you, he's going to be very good at hostile grinding, though to a certain extent for me and some of the big-ass hostiles I got to hit, 400% ain't enough. I gotta use at least 2 slots on a defensive officer. I'm still not getting max mitigation. I was like, well, because oddly enough, the numbers just get so high for some of these piercings and these mitigation stats, like, say, armor, shield deflection, dodge, accuracy, armor piercing, and what have you, that your officer stats just don't move the needle anymore. G4 through G5 is really where an officer like this is in his prime. You get to G6, it's like officer stats they're just not enough. And some of that does have to do with how many ship slots you have below. If you got 3 ship spots below, how much defense could you even stack? Not as much if you had like 7 slots. Yeah, so Paris is good now. It's just, how good? Janeway's a very nice officer, but again, an epic and you're only getting 15. But Janeway works on a lot of different enemies. Okay, no blues, which is disappointing, but works on all the reds, works on all the armadas, works on all the invading entities. Well, technically her captain ability does not work against Xindi, because the Xindi does not do shield damage. Excuse me. So her captain ability of shifting some of the damage to your shields rather than the hull just doesn't apply there because they don't do shield damage. But everywhere else a hostile can do damage to your shields, bam, Janeway is your girl. Officer ability, increase your isolated cascade. More damage, just like, let's say, critical damage and critical hits and how hull breach affects it. It's a different equation, but it's a similar principle. Boosting your damage. Very useful. She is my favorite hostile captain. 7 of 9 is... We seem to be in a trend here of these dickheads releasing non-armada armadas. Look at the invading entities from the Fatus. And now these invading entities from the Krenums. 7 of 9's officer ability does not work. Which is weird, right? This is Voyager 30th anniversary. You have several very good Voyager Armada officers that do not affect the enemy that they brought out this arc. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Adds more evidence to why we're getting the Delta Flyer at least next month, or maybe next month. Maybe the following month. She does have somewhat good below deck ability in PvP. Though you see I'm 46 of 950, so I'm tier 4 and it's only 36%. Okay, that's not that much. It sounds like, oh, that's an extra 36%, Rhino. I was like, yeah, it is. You're right. It's more damage. It's not that much. How much are you doing with your above deck officers? Well, it depends on who you got. But some of them can get up to 100%. What does another 36 do for you? Not that much. 100% versus 36. And again, how many ship spots you got below? Depends on the ship. Some of the G4, G5, and G6 uncommons just don't have that many ship spots. And it does depend on what tier that ship is. It costs a lot more to get to some of those higher tiers. So, not that valuable. They can be very useful, but again, if you're limited to a number below deck spots, or 7 of 9 going. Some of these other guys, they'll heal or they'll put Apex Barrier on. Though again, it does depend on you. Where are you at in her progression? What do you like to do the most? If you really love PvPing, you might really like her. But because of the low shard count for the epics and how I got really my 2 of the 4 most important rares, because Tuvok, who gives a shit about Tuvok? Kim, I think, is really the 4th most important of that Torres, Neelix, Kim, and Paris group there. Paris is 3, Kim is 4, Torres is 1, Neelix is 2. Well, my 1 and 2 were maxed already, so I did think about Syndicate XP, 175,000, that's kind of a lot. But at the same time, I need several million. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there just fine. It's just, what I wasn't getting a lot of was Premium Mirror Dust. I'm getting Syndicate XP other places. I'm getting Voyager Shards other places. Or Voyager Officer Shards. There are... Maybe it's not that good at sourcing, but there is sourcing. There's the Gorn Eviscerator Refinery and the Exborg Faction Store. You can trade in some rare Exborg credits. Get a bunch of Voyager officers. I've been doing that a lot because I don't have any use elsewhere for the rare credits. Okay, you're not there yet. You still have use doing some of the favors, leveling up your NX-01. At some point, you will get there. You will get to the point where your NX-01 no longer needs rare export credits. You will get to the point where no more of those favors need rare export credits. So what do you spend it on? The officer trade-in. So, you really going to get 25 here? You can get 25 in a week out of her. Between the 2 spots, right? So, 1,000 Premium Mirror Dust. Yeah, it's shitty that they're not giving sourcing of that elsewhere, but they're not. So in my mind, from this store here, the most unsourceable, is that a word? The most unsourceable thing, unsourceablest? The thing that was not sourced the most. The least sourced option in this store was the Premium Mirror Dust. Okay, yes, Starfleet Q, Sorin Shards were also not sourced, but I don't like them. I don't like that it depends on what your opponent has, and you know what? They're a player with a working brain. It's going to be whatever the hell they want. Hard to plan for. But you know what? You get the Premium Mirror Dust, you can easily plan for that. You can go just pick a research that you want and do it. Kind of how that works. So, I did kind of give it away in the early part of this video. There are several nice things. There's a lot of officer choices in here. I just felt like the Premium Mirror Dust, because of its relatively no sourcing elsewhere in this game, it was the most value for me. Don't know if you agree or not, but well, since we're wrapping the video up, comment below. How do you feel about Premium Mirror Dust? I'm sure you probably like me and want them to source it elsewhere. Here it is in this store. Does that have a lot of value for you? It's only 1,000, but you know what? It's 1,000 you didn't have. To me, it seemed like a lot of value. Which one of these officers, whether rare or epic, do you think also holds a lot of value in this Perfect Pursuers store? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.